for ordering your wreath kits from us. Today we're going to show you a tutorial of how to make your Christmas wreath on a moss base. In the kit you will have a selection of greenery, so you will have some pine, some conifer and some tree buried ivy and some decorations. You will need some sharp secateurs or a sharp pair of scissors, and those aren't in the kit, so that's only the bits you'll need to supply. Right, so each bit of your foliage you will need to have about 5 centimetres in length, and need to take any pine needles or anything that's on the bottom off for about 2 centimetres. Right, first of all you will have a roll of bind wire. This will need to be attached to your moss ring. Just do this by wrapping it round and then twisting it to attach. So it's like this. Now we're going to start putting in our foliage in a clockwise direction in front of where our bind wire is, and just pushing it in to the moss. And they don't have to go too close together, just so that you're covering where the moss is. And remember to put some in the front and just round the edge as well. In between these pieces you can then start adding some of the conifer and the buried ivy to add texture. When you've done a section of about a quarter, in front of where your stems first went in, the front there, just wrap your wire round and bring through the middle and just pull on it tightly, and then that just secures where the stems have gone in. Just pulls it a little bit tighter just to make sure nothing's going to fall out. Foliage is all facing clockwise, but we're actually working anti-clockwise. You can see there is where I put the bind wire, and that's just tightened everything up that's already in there. So there's wire in the moss ring anyway, so we're just inserting in between. Just going to wrap the bind wire close to where the stems are again, pull it round and just pull tightly. Ready for the next section. So now we've got to halfway around, so it doesn't take too long. You just don't need to have it too thick, it's just so it's covering where the moss is. Once you've made it all the way round the ring, you still need to make sure you're going and wrapping your bind wire round at the last point. And then you can cut it and then just fold it back into the moss, just poke it through the moss so that it's not going to go anywhere. So now take a look at it and see if there's any spaces that you think look less full. And you can just poke a few pieces in just to make it look more even. And then we need to decide where we'd like the top to be. In your kit you'll have some ribbon, so just weave your ribbon in between the foliage so it's hidden to make a loop, so it can then be hung in the front door. Okay, so now we're ready to decorate the wreath. We have a selection of silver birch twigs, some pheasant feathers if you like to use them, some people don't, some cinnamon sticks, pine cones, some dried orange slices and some gold apples. So I'll show you how to wire those. In your kit you'll have some straight stub wires, and for the oranges you put 2 together, put your wire through, wrap it round on itself and twist so that it's 2 together like this. And we're going to put 5 sets of these oranges in. So if you work out the spacing where you're going to put your oranges like this, you can see where they're going to go, a bit like a clock face, and then lift up your wreath and push the wire through, thread it through the moss until it comes around the back. And then when it's around the back, you loop it back round, push it back in on itself into there, and then just twist it so the wire disappears. And now I'm going to put in the apple. So if you just chop down the sticks, poke in the moss, in. Now I'm going to insert cinnamon sticks. So again, just push through the moss until the wire comes back out the other side, and then put it through, and then push back into the moss. Okay, to wire the cinnamon sticks, just insert the stub wire around the back of the string and then twist. So it's on like that. So we're starting to take shape now. Now I'm going to put in the fir cones. Okay, to wire the fir cones, if you just place the stub wire around the base of the cone into little grooves and then twist on itself like that. Okay, now I'm going to start adding the silver birch twigs. So these can just be pressed in to the moss all around the edge. Okay, so the last step is I've got some pheasant feathers to decorate the wreath with. I've just cut them down so they're about 15 centimetres. I'm just going to poke a few into the wreath. So that's the finished item. which is ready to hang on your door. If you have a wooden front door, not a UPVC door, it's probably best to cover the moss, because the moss is damp and it does get slightly wet, so that may mark your door. So it's probably best to cover this with some plastic wrapping. I will put some pins in your kit, so if you just do some long strips of some plastic and just pin them round, just so that it protects your door from getting some of the moisture going through. But if it's a plastic door, then that would be fine. So there's the end item.